shake it, shake it. We get clean, it doesn't come on no maiden.
Zaga, 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 zaga.
We get clean, it doesn't come on no maiden.
Zaga, zaga, zaga. Zaga, 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 zaga.
Shake it, shake, shake it. Shake it, shake, shake it. There's only one thing. Haven't lost my mind. Shake it, shake, shake it. Shake it, shake, shake it. Shake it, shake, shake it, shake it. Shake it, shake, shake it, shake it. The whole castle belongs to us.
Zaga, 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 zaga.
Come on, party.
Zaga, 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 zaga.
Murokna nuka kaima.
Zaga, 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 zaga.
How many you get it?
Zaga, 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 zaga.
Shake it, shake, shake it, shake it. Is it getting to the weekend? Shake it, shake, shake it, shake it.
If you see Neville up and dancing so early in the morning, dan moet je kennen, is een vrijdag of iewers daarna bij Adora en Jalisa with Shaggy.
Die kroeks het gewen.
Goedemorgen en welkom naar die ochtendmeng hier op Informante Radio. Het is een wonderlijke vrijdagochtend hier in die stad, in die hoofdstad van Namibië. How's it, Maria?
Good morning.
Maria, ek wou nog altyd gevra het. Ek vergeet altyd om dit vir jou te vra. As jy 'n kop of 'n kroek?
Ek is 'n kop.
As jy 'n kop?
Maar sorry, ek het baie werk hoor.
Het jy baie werk?
Ja.
So jy moet agterbly.
Nee, ek moet agterbly.
Kyk, dit is baie duidelik hierdie week
Ja.
met soveel dinge wat gebeur.
Ja.
Dat jy baie meer werk gaan doen.
Ja, nee. So jy wil net by die huis gaan en 'n bietjie Oeh ja. That's where my Afrikaans lets me down. What is a documentary? Documentary?
A documentaire.
A documentaire.
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
That sounds like somebody who writes documents. A documentaire. All right, good morning, guys, and welcome to the show. It is a Friday. It's been a hectic week. The news cycle has just been crazy this week.
I know it is.
Maria,
Yeah.
I'm telling Cubase this morning. I've had now 2 shows the last 2 nights at Droombos. And I tell Cubase, every night when I go on stage, I walk on the stage with a mic. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure seeing you all here.
We're in business.
And so people, the audience always looks at me like, "Ay, come.
Tell us the stuff that we want to hear.
Don't come here with it." And I have the same feeling, Maria, for this whole week. Every time we walk in, I mean, even with our sports section, when we start talking sports, people just slide in little comments that
I leave the sports. Let's talk about what.
So every morning, and we keep on saying, for this whole week, Maria, and our viewers and our listeners know that we have a specific topic lined up every day. Now we walk in here and we know we can't talk about anything else
Yeah.
except business.
What a time to be alive.
All right, let me warm you guys up with some of the comments that are already coming through. Clever, your Dave waving. Hi. I guess we wave back. Bradley Kubi said, "Morning, guys. I am boycotting this show if you don't go vote for Itula and PDM."
Boycott nobody holds us hostage like that. This is a democracy.
Dukes Luktas. Boy, you guys must change your names on Facebook. Saying morning. Cookie Kangotwi, Neville Di Herrero. Clever, yeah, Dave. Good morning, Dr. Itula fans. So it's that kind of morning today.
Ja, laat die mense maar praat. Wat kan jy maak?
Meneer Brian Isaacs, welcome to the morning mix.
Brian, hoe lyk?
Owner of Conso AV.
Consaf.
Bradley Kubi said, Washa Dollar Fish Champions. Stephanus James, James Ananias, Moro fam, Miss Maria Cubase, and Opa Neville. You guys said Hage and Itula will be in the studio for questioning. No, who said?
I think that the president announced that he's going to have a youth engagement. I don't know, when is it for? At the National Theatre. So you people that want to engage with him, you have the opportunity to do so now. So yeah, he doesn't have to come into our studio.
So Maria, he wants to engage the youth. Can I also go?
On the 18th of November at 4 at the National Theatre of Namibia.
When is the 18th?
Isn't that Monday?
Yes, Monday.
Mandaha.
Yeah. So
You are not the Juve, my friend.
please, if you are not the Juve, don't come there and do the things that you are not supposed to do. All right.
But Maria, I feel very young.
But we don't go to Jorelli's also. So you must just leave our things alone.
So yeah,
He's 48 old.
You're 48.
I'm 48.
you are elder.
Yes, sis, you look 60. I thought you were going close to your... I thought you were getting your pension in like a year or two.
But yeah, Maria, that would be...
Yeah, that will be interesting. I know there was interest to see him at the presidential debate. Obviously, as we know, he didn't confirm his attendance, or he declined to attend. I don't know which one it is, but I know there were a lot of people that said, "Oh, well, we want to talk to him." So I'm saying, well, now is your chance. I know there's it seems too feelings about it. Oh, is it too late? Whatever. I'm saying it doesn't hurt to just go. And, even if it's to just say your say, or to hear what he has to say, and still make your own conclusion, that's fine. I don't think it is. End of the day, your vote is your own.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting.
So, I wonder now, like what Eagle FM have done, because there was a special invitation where you basically had to book a seat to be at the.
But
at
they
the
didn't use that
auditorium.
system. They tried to, but there were too many people. They were just like, Hanan.
Kom net in.
Find yourself a place to sit and
Yes.
sit.
Yeah.
Yes, Masua.
Yeah, so I actually thought I thought the people outside would already occupy the all the seats when we got in, but there were still
Open seats.
and people were coming in a bit late. So I think the venue accommodated everybody that wanted to be there. I don't think anybody was left outside. But we now know it's the same venue that the president is going to use for this youth engagement. So yeah, interesting times.
Now,
Monday at 4. Now, there was another engagement yesterday?
Yes,
Also part of-
yesterday I think I was engaged in the business community. I myself attended.
Businesswoman.
Ja,
Waar het jy gaan
mos.
soek, Maria?
Ek moes ook 'n besigheid.
Org.
Ek het ook 'n sissie.
oh, okay.
Yeah? Oh.
How do you think she gets her fish quotas?
You know, Mos. No, on a serious note, I think I went there as a media.
Oh, okay.
And you're always curious to see what business people like to say. It's the first time in a long time, like I said, I was in the presence of so many white people, which is great. But I must say that we had honest conversations, because they were even discussed how we address, because the white, predominantly white business community people were saying they want us to find another solution for NIF, because they don't feel that that's a just tool.
Yeah.
To fight inequality. So the president put it on the floor. He said, so how do we fight inequality then? We know it's a problem. We know it's created by apartheid and coming into an independent Namibia where, there's inequality between the two races. Yes, it's not a black and necessarily white issue, but it kind of is, because majority of the black people are the ones that are being left behind. So how do we address it? And there were interesting opinions on the floor. I mean, yeah, it was. I think it was. It wasn't a debate. It was a conversation.
Okay.
So that was good to see. Yeah.
Anything interesting that sprung out at you? From the conversation?
There were really so many things. I must say there were so many suggestions given, so many things that were said. There is no real standout for me. But yeah, like I said, it was a fruitful engagement. I mean, the president did admit, maybe this is what stood out. The president did admit that there are great policies in place. It's just that implementation is falling short.
Yeah.
And that's generally how I've felt for the longest time. It's not that we don't have great policies. We do as a country.
It's the administrative process that is flawed.
Yes, it's the implementation. And even if you look at the Harambee Prosperity Plan, the implementation has fallen short. If you look at all these other policies, implementation in this, and this is ultimately, I think he said if you were to get another 5 years, that's where his focus will be, because there's no point in going back to a policy document. The policies are there. It's really now focusing on implementing those policies, and he was also clear about saying, I've only had really 4 years. Yeah. It might seem like a lifetime, but it's not really. So so he does want another chance to implement.
Yeah. If it's an implementation issue, then it's down to the people administering the stuff. So are we going to fire people, reshuffle them? What's going to happen here?
I've heard this thing before where people said, whether it's true or not, where people said, I think coming in as a non-Omoambo speaker and trying to appease your ministers to kind of secure your next term might have been a downfall. But if you're going into your last term, then it's all
the
gloves.
monkey is off your back.
Yeah, all gloves off. You do what you need.
Try the camera.
Is weg. Yeah, you do what you need to do to ensure that the work is done. So because then you don't have to look behind your back and trying to appease people. I don't know. This is what I heard. To some degree, he also admitted it. I think there was an interview with New Era in which he said that was partly part of the problem. Thank you. Was trying to appease too many people.
Yeah.
He admitted it, so it's not just...
Of course, in your first term, you'll always have to worry about your re-election. But then in the second term, you're not going to be running for a third term, so...
You go all out.
You can go.
So that's whoever you're voting for, whether he gets... if he gets it, if he does get voted... obviously, it's anybody's game at this point, because the determining votes are on the 27th of November. That's when...
on the 72nd.
Yeah, on the 72nd.
So that's when the country will speak. So it's anybody's game at this point, and it will be interesting to see what comes of it. Ultimately.
But by the way, you guys remember the presidential debate when Itula showed up late, right? So I saw this meme where they're like, no, yeah, it's fine. Your voters are also going to show up on the 72nd. Oh, you guys on social media, man.
And then yesterday, Maria, we had an incident at the SWAPO headquarters where the lawyers of Itula went to go and drop off a summons at the SWAPO head office, which sparked quite a commotion there.
Yep.
And it was all over social media. You guys, I'm telling you, social media, fast. I mean, I read the story this morning, in one of the dailies, and I already know the detail because
you're even checking. Oh, but you left out that and that.
Yeah. But again, quite a big controversy yesterday when Itula's lawyers were basically locked in or locked out. They couldn't deliver the summons because there's some objections from the Camp Itula about using the EVM voting machines for the upcoming elections. So is there any other information that you think in the first place, I don't know why that happened?
I don't. When I don't know enough, I try to reserve my comment.
Okay.
And for that incident, I know what I saw.
Okay.
On social media, but I did not get clarity. I don't get any additional information to actually give an informed opinion on it.
We are living in the age where anyone with a smartphone basically can be a reporter. Yeah, it's just take and post to social media and then it spreads on its own.
I will say though that I've made an interesting observation. So as this result, I'm not talking about the foreign missions, which obviously they voted on ballot paper.
Yeah.
And just by the way, I had to go do research. Voting with pencil is not uncommon.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's actually nothing there. Like I know we're making noise about it. It's not that common. I actually had to go Google, and there are places in which you vote with pencil. The only thing is that the officer there, the election officer, has to make sure that those ballots are, that there's no, that the ballot paper is not tampered with.
Okay.
So ultimately, that's what it is.
But we can do it later, Maria.
That's what I'm saying.
Tamper with
No,
them
that's what I'm saying. The tampering can happen if you have dishonest presiding officers. But
primarily, what's the purpose of voting with pencil?
I don't know what the purpose is. I don't know.
Otherwise, it's irrelevant.
I don't know why it's done. I'm saying it's not uncommon.
Yeah.
Now I'm not, and obviously again, but also we can also say any tampering can happen even if you do with a pen. I can crumble up your thing and say, or put another mark on something, and then it becomes a spoiled ballot. So tampering can happen even in the presence of a pen. Let us be clear, because somebody just has to put a second. If you see 2 marks on a vote, that's a spoiled ballot.
Spoiled ballot, yes.
So tampering can happen either way. So that's why you say you have to rely on honest presiding officers, because tampering can happen either way, pencil or non-pencil. But what I'm trying to say is pencil is not uncommon. It's not a new phenomena. People have voted with pencil before.
Just make sure you grab that pencil tight and you leave a proper mark on that paper.
But I think even if it's uncommon, it's really outdated to still be using a pencil in this day and age. And this is what I don't understand. You have people for the ballot paper, and then you have people for the EVMs, and I don't know what we really want at this moment in time.
No, that's actually the observation I made. First of all, we had more noise with the ballot paper. Let's just be clear. To the point that Isen was taken to court for the ballot paper. But okay, that's that aside. My observation I find interesting is this. Election results were coming in. We saw with Walfish Bay and all this way, the Itula base was winning. His supporters were celebrating. And I thought, whoa, but you're against EVMs. I'm talking about the ones in the country where you do vote with EVMs. So they were celebrating. I thought, why are you celebrating these results when you already question
the electronic voting machines?
Yes. So I see a bit of a contradiction, if I'm being honest. It seems like you only have a problem with EVMs if your candidate is not winning. But if your candidate is leading in the polls, then you accept those results as the truth. So I don't really know if people understand that they're being inconsistent right now.
But then again, I think it's been consistent all over the world, at least in most parts of the world, that whoever loses an election, there's always questions after that.
Not always. I mean, some people are very democratic or humble enough to accept and shake on it and say, well, the best man won. It's in some countries where there is a bit of democracy is under question that we see that type of, like the Zimbabwe's of this world. But in a democracy, generally people accept the results.
I remember our last election. I can remember the picture of Hage and Benani shaking hands. One of them is wearing a white suit. I just can't remember which one.
Polly Hage, right?
I think so. All right, let's check out some more comments. Good morning, guys. Welcome to the show. Maria, what's on the menu today? Our analyzer. Moro Matisa O'Neville, Edmund Hausep, Chanje Hinanane. Good morning. Fanuel Shapi, good greetings from Roshpina. Awe. Rion Noabep. Yeah. Good morning. My first time. Very excited for this show. It's nice to have you here. Visha Marenga. Moro Moro Vandu Vanchi.
Vandu Vanchi?
I think you guys should change sitting positions. Hoping kusha things will change in Namibia. Or hoping things will change in Namibia.
Now, Maria, can you come sit
Come
here?
on, let's reshuffle the studio. There's
It's a problem, ne? Yeah, no, after the elections, we are going to reshuffle.
Move me to fisheries, please. I want to sit there. Joanna T. and Benjamin, it's been a while since I saw your name on the stream. Moro Moro, good morning. Tina Naukushu. Neville Basson, Medai Afrikaans, as Jnet. Chops. Chops.
Ag baie dankie.
Hey, Blay longs the... Oh, hey, Blay and Betty Plus, no? That's what we call a listener. It's like an inside joke. Come on, Finkenjan, the plus.
Maria, you Afrikaans nie. Ah, sorry.
Is it is it a plot?
Okay, it's a plus. Jy's reg, Maria.
Brian Baske is saying, someone please show Maria a video of Dr. Itula answering a question on human rights and the LGBTQ. I've also not seen that. I would also like to see.
I would like to see that as well.
Nande Matundu, that venue is too small. We need the Independence Stadium. Jealous most about post. Okay, Johnny Whiteman Martin, my feelings I have every day this week when I watch Cubase resembles Dr. Itula. Neville resembles Dr. Omake. And Maria resembles our Nana. Our Nana lady, the only female presidential candidate. Welcome to...
Oh, Auntie Rachel. Oh, what an honor. I love her so much.
Come on, welcome to August year, guys.
Hey. You people must have respect when we are here in the studio. Okay? It's Harambeta.
Amo Estres and Moromora, Malvin A. Housep. I need to get used to some of this. On what frequency is this station at the coast? At the coast, we are on 103.3 on your FM dial. That's why you're on screen. Biza Black, ballot paper or EVM, Itula or Hage. I really am cool with whatever as long as the beer prices doesn't rise and traffic fines come down.
Illegal activities.
Your demands are very, very light. I would have loved to be your presidential candidate.
No, that a booty can be the presidential candidate.
There is no
beer. Wilson Kanji, shout out to you, Maria. Amongst all invited you, the only one that made sense.
Oh, thank you.
From yesterday.
Yes. Yeah, thank you.
All right, kudos. Paulus Ndapewa, hola hola. Good morning, guys. Morning, everyone from Tenga Kea as well. Moro Dr. Itula Papa. That's Dakola Kadila. Eben Kashiro Kere. Mesha Vi. Matutoro Ravi Mo Canada.
But did they not vote yet?
Weren't they supposed to vote on Wednesday?
I think till yesterday, people I think Thursday the missions were also voting. So yeah.
You were supposed to.
You
vote.
missed.
You were supposed to go to the embassy. I think.
You know, actually, I want to see the Canada vote because there's a lot of Overherero people living there.
Yeah.
So I want to see how PDM and Vanani do. Not that we always vote along tribal lines, but that's something that represents.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah. Well, on to other news. Can we discuss Are we done with elections?
Why
if I'm reading the comments, I'm not going to finish. So we can move on to something else.
But sorry, Maria, why did you do this?
Sorry, Eben. Wala tawatu.
No, the.
Maria.
No, I was just saying on the news front yesterday as well. We also then had a lot of news coming in on what is now being called the fish rot. And we saw more resignations, suspensions, and recommendations to suspend. To remove. So we know the CEO of Sam Samraji, Mr. Thorsten, if I'm even saying his name correctly.
Thorsten Maar something.
He didn't resign. He's been suspended, I believe. He's been suspended. We saw the resignation of James Atwikulipi at Investec.
Yeah.
We saw the suspension of Ricardo Gustavo at Investec. And we saw a recommendation from the minister, to remove Mike Ndipunya as the CEO of Fishcore and James Atwikulipi as its chairperson. So heads are rolling. Ian for Ian for Ian for Ian for Ian.
Where do you think this saga is going to stop?
In prison.
Oh,
Maria,
of course they're going to prison.
Maria, you are so, and I mean, we're speaking about this for the past 2 days. You are so optimistic about this thing going
No.
as far as...
Because you know why? There's a lot of things you can't explain. For me, generally, I'm very... Okay, let me be very clear. I believe in our courts system, in our judiciary. I believe in it. The problem is that there's not enough evidence for whichever party that's coming, right? That's where I start getting worried. I'm like, well, the court's not really going to make it's not going to give me the ruling I want because of insufficient evidence. And insufficient evidence sometimes is just like the ACC letting down investigations or the police letting down the state.
Now remember, if you swing and miss, I mean, you go lose the case in court.
Yes.
It's going to be very difficult to try another corruption case, regardless of what evidence you have, because it sort of sets us a precedent.
Yeah. But in this specific case, and like I said, because of the WikiLeaks documents, which are authentic, by the way, there's a lot of things you just cannot explain. There's stuff there that, for example, you're talking about the now former fisheries minister, Bernard Esau's son-in-law now, Thompson Atwikulipi, being CC'd into conversations where they're discussing this Angola thing. And then the question is, what is his role there?
Yeah.
He needs to explain what his role is, because he's not in fishing. Yes, he got paid for being a consultant. Yeah. But what is he doing in those discussions?
There wasn't any comments that he made personally during this
no, he was just
conversation.
No.
He was just CC.
Well, I didn't go through all the documents, so maybe he did. But as far as I'm aware, he was just copied, because initially I think somebody else even brought him into the conversation. But the question is then why? If you're saying that you have no role in all of this, why is your name there? And that's why I'm saying, like, there's a lot there that cannot be explained. I don't even think Olivia Pope of Scandal can spin this one. That's why I'm optimistic. Not that look, the courts have to decide, but I'm saying I'm optimistic in the judiciary. I have faith in the judiciary.
In the court system.
In the court system.
There's something interesting that I just want to put to you guys and sort of gauge your opinion. The story broke on, was it Wednesday? On Wednesday.
It actually broke on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
That's why some of us were looking the way we were looking, zombies.
I remember you didn't sleep. But that Wednesday, basically our big sister Informante News tried to get comments from Bernard Esau at the Ministry of Fisheries. And when the team went there, that whole building was off.
Yep.
Not
lights
a single
out.
employee, lights out, almal is huis toe gestuur. Wat dink jy gaan daar?
Sure, guys,
Zeker is het altijd zo. We just found out. Civil servants, sis.
It is. You know what? I seriously, guys. I'm still trying to get over this whole sequence of events. Seeing the former minister walking into this restaurant, just the footage. Please don't tell me this is what I think it is. Seeing him sitting there in the corner, discussing 200,000 US.
No, 200,000. I think Namibian.
No, man.
Was it US?
Yeah, it's US. What does it do with 200,000? alsjeblieft, girlfriend.
Baie geld.
It's 200,000 US we're talking about here. Because, I mean, he talked candidly about his farm's expenses that he needs to cover. So, and, you know, it's people that we look up to, and unfortunately, you know, this is what has happened. And the sheer embarrassment to see the former minister being interrogated like that by an international journalist, as wrong as it is, you know, you just feel so embarrassed for him. And you have to take all of this in and make sense of it. And these are people that you see in your everyday walk of life. And
people you respect, you look up to, you admire. It's not a nice place to be in, I will say that.
Look, I understand the human element here, but I'm not as sympathetic as you guys.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
You are disgruntled hero who's still waiting for German reparations.
Yes, where's our reparations?
So we fully understand you are being pissed off.
No,
I'm not disgruntled, but you know, wrong is wrong. It just is what it is.
Yeah, no, I get that there should be repercussions for the wrongdoings, and we talk about natural resources. This is a very serious thing because you are ultimately taking food out of the poor's mouth. Let's just be clear about that's what it is.
The amount of people who were laid off at one of the biggest employers.
I don't even want to bring Namsoff into it because that's a different ball game for me. They've been in the game for too long. I'm not even talking about Namsoff like that. That's another issue. But just the money that could have been used for the benefit of this country, even in Texas, that these companies were trying to avoid, all based on advice on how to avoid them.
Maria, there were some reports, I think it was either this year or late last year, where I'm speaking under corrections, where some of these fishermen committed suicide because of the loss of jobs.
See, I don't even know that.
Yeah, I vaguely remember there was a report in one of the dailies about fishermen being so.
But that is, it's attached to depression, by the way. Unemployment and retrenchment is attached to depression, and depression can lead to suicide.
Yes.
Especially, like I said, because of this patriarchy that men are seen to support, they need to support their families. You are the head of the house, and everybody's looking and relying on you.
Exactly.
And when you lose jobs and you have no prospects, of course, anything can happen. And that's what I'm saying. This is a bigger issue. So based on that, I think there should be accountability. I'll never run away from it. In fact, I think I'm one of the people that preaches accountability the most. I'm just saying what Neville is saying is there's still that
human element.
That human element. You know, this is a father. He's a husband. So you ultimately feel sorry. Maybe not for him, but just his family also. That's like now in all of the. I don't know. I'm just saying there's that element issue where. There's always a shame for me as well. You know, I also did it with Katrina, if you remember. It was like, okay, it's fine. She's been convicted, but shame, you know.
I just think maybe from the alleged accused that we have here in the saga, I don't know, from a social point of view, how do you continue with your life? Do I go to the mall? Do I go to the soccer match? Do I go to Agra to go and buy stock for my cattle? Where do I go? Because you see, at the end of the day, you need to live a normal lifestyle, and you can't shy away from the public, for the rest of your life. And most of these guys are very young, and are you going to go on holiday in Swakopmund? You will be seen there by ex-fishermen.
Dubai,
cheap out.
Out. But yeah, it's you're correct. We were talking about a little bit about how do you move from here? How do you move from here? I mean, there's so much suspicions when people are not happy with you. I mean, unconfirmed reports is that even Saki's house was egged.
He can't even spend money at the restaurant without people frowning at him.
And in an irate society, you don't even know what people are capable of. Yes. Now we know security is no longer security because he's not a minister anymore. Well, is he going to appoint security? Because
he can afford private security.
Yeah, he can. But I'm saying this. At the end of the day, I mean, people also need to be considered. That man lives in that house with his child.
Yeah.
and his family.
Of course.
Yeah.
So yes, you're angry at him, but who else is going to pay
But you don't take the law into your
Yeah,
own
you don't
hands.
take the law into your own hands.
We have systems in place.
Yeah,
to
and that
deal
needs to
with-
be rejected.
with things like that.
Yeah,
yes.
that needs to be rejected. It's not right. Let the process take place, its course. Let the ACC finish its investigation, and in the meantime, be vocal if you want to be. Go have your opinions on social media. Go make your thing known at the ballot if that's what the direction you want to take. Whatever. I'm just saying, like, let's not take the law into our own hands, because then you're not any like different from him.
I just don't know what if something like this would ever happen to me, knowing my personality that I like people and I want to.
You want like peace.
Yeah, I like peace. Exactly, Maria. I wouldn't know where would I
I know.
go.
No. Ek kan soek my European citizenship my en ek chip it with a new name. New
Where would you go?
identity.
Where would you go?
If I were to leave what Namibia,
Yeah, because
No,
you're-
like if this scandal,
What would
how
you
would
do?
you move?
what are you gonna do?
I would move to Spain.
You move to Spain. Where are you going? Portugal. Thank you very much.
No, not actually. I don't even
Of
like
in like,
Portugal.
I can go to the farm. Tell us.
Plus, can work your stories.
Nee, man, die mense word gefire. We reshuffle the employees on the farm. Bring in new ones who don't care.
The stories. I even spoke to a lady yesterday who said that at one of the local banks here, it's a level. Tot die cleaner is coming to me. It's a kyk hierdie goeie se vas. Ngapkie sake shangala ke neba.
My friend
People
said
know
she was
everything.
in the salon. Those, the salon people, that's what I love about them. They don't care who's around. They don't even know if you are the person who say they're doing is the sister of the accused.
They will talk.
They will just talk. And my friend was like, all of the whole salon, and it's a huge salon, they're all talking and everybody, and they're bringing in conspiracy theories. Nick, what work, D and die, and Nia, you know.
Ja, ek het by wie en wie se suster gehoor. Byne is mos wie en wie se girlfriend en
Yes.
wat. You will hear the stories.
Yo, hectic.
Like
people like
I remember on Wednesday when Sammy was leaving. Sammy is one of the producers here at the radio station. Anyway, when he was leaving in the afternoon, I'm like, oh, so jy lyn join toe. He's like, ja. Ek gaan luister eers stories, ek gaan sit by die bus. I want to hear what the streets have to say.
The car wash and the bus.
Like at my mother's house during lunchtime yesterday, I quickly just popped in there. In the Central Grootwinkels, strong Damara area. Now, Maria, you don't even need to understand Damara Nama to know what people are talking about.
Yeah.
You just, it's saying, Saki Shangala, guys, are up Petroch Sak.
The first.
So the first, you just hear the key words.
Yeah.
Okay. Minister is okay. Afdank, bedank, skusahi.
Don Jay sent us a video link in the comments. The video seems to be titled "What Samerji Wanted Hidden." I'm quite curious. Don't worry. I'm going to watch it after the show. I would like to see what that is all
Is
about.
that not the 1 hour thing?
It's possible.
Oh, it's a link?
It's a link. It's possible. You guys, like the comments are overwhelming. Guys, I want to know whether being a minister, example, you are from judicial system in a way, why are these ministers' assets not confiscated nor their accounts blocked?
That's like I said yesterday, the FIC is also involved in this. So I think they're working together with the ACC. So obviously, at some point, that might be a reality.
I mean, that is a judicial system, a judicial issue. So maybe the best person to answer that question would be our Minister of Justice. Psych, he's gone. Paulus Ndapewa, nee man, never J. Mark make klaar.
By the way, let me just clarify: our courts are independent. Like, let's not mix them up.
Of course.
So no, I'm just correcting that comment.
Yeah, I was just
Psych.
yeah. Hy is weg nu, bro. Alfredo Jack Evangelista, Big Skawash and Debo Kawash is on die weekend so waar. Dongerhoekse mense ken klaar hoe die complot georganiseerd is, so waar boy. Dan sê hulle koop net een bier. Dan sê ek jou hoe alles begin het.
Groot bier.
Net een groot bier.
All of a sudden, everybody's an expert and everybody knows how it started. Maar hulle het nie gaan gekla nie.
Luister, Maria, we were talking about this thing for the longest time. If the prosecutor general want to come and tell us that they don't know where is the GIPF money, go to Big Skyway.
Die hele complot is daar.
Kom ek sê julle, wie het die GIPF geld gekry? The conversation always starts off like that.
Nou jy sien mos, wie en wie het altyd mos saamgehang. Jy onthou dit daar van wat. Ja, nou die storie het daar begin.
Why don't the prosecutor general go to Big Skawash?
And I think there was this one rumor I heard Musk have come from Big Skawash. Apparently now they are now linking Gaza's Dubai trip.
Yes, Gaza, how are you going to Dubai also?
But when you was recruiting people to Dubai, come on, now it's making sense. I'm like, guys, we can't really go down that rabbit hole.
I've never been to Dubai, Maria.
Yeah.
Just for your information. Cubase, I've never been to Dubai.
You?
I've never been there.
I've only been to the Namibian border and back.
I've been there 3 times.
No, I've been
To Dubai?
I've been to South
What's
Africa.
it like?
That's nothing interesting.
No?
Yeah, the first time, I
Aye.
think the first year I went was in 2007. No, the kids were born, so it was 2012. Yeah, 2012 was the first. There's nothing.
They say it just looks like
Oh,
Swap.
as if you want. No, it's okay. There's nothing interesting. Like, I mean, you basically what we have here, like desert and sea. Basically.
Yeah, klar.
Basically.
And it's just very big.
Yeah, then it's just very hot. Yeah.
You've been to South Africa.
Yeah, I've been to South Africa.
Where?
It's your bag.
Oh, Joburg.
It's your bag.
In Josie.
Jersey.
But I was too young, man. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I haven't been out of the country yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that the minister was talking about who waste passports. You get it and then it stays in your house until it expires. Chooseless. Guyton Curtis says, the guys have resigned and what happens next? All right. I mean, just a few weeks ago, the poor guy Michael, guilty or not, was arrested and the first order of mission was seizing of his assets.
Yeah.
Can the same principle be appointed or applied to all?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Ephraim-
they have a point.
Ephraim Shilongo, Lazarus, for the reason he sits in a corner discussing $200,000 is the reason
Did you hear
Thompson is called in or is CC'd. Okay, is CC'd in emails. Namsov is the end product of Saki Esau. The two, I can't say that surname properly. Say it quickly. Hatui Kulipi, chopping Namsov fish quotas and donating to Angola. Okay, Rudy Bowie, Hola. One of these days, a lot of people in the banking sector will lose their jobs due to the electronic systems that are in place. Okay, we're all going to be replaced by machines. One
Nou,
day.
wat, Rudy, wat een goed kompraatje hier zo. Nee, man.
Maybe we must also look at the Minister of Finance.
Fuck.
Hey, Kenny. IP Evelyn, good morning. You need to put $10 in the sweater. Never. Give. I'm the sweater. Give that $10.
Come on, I'm the switch.
Wat is dit? Maar ons praat groot goed hier. Praat vis hier zo.
IP Evelyn, good morning. God, we ask your protection, peace on the upcoming elections in Jesus' name. Amen. Right. Maria was in Dubai in 2012. Is it not when Fish Rod started?
I said the first time I was there was in 2012, which was, well, yes, the year that, but I wasn't there with Fish Rod.
Did you meet any Icelandic nationals?
No.
Do you know
but
any
I was
Icelandic
there.
nationals? Do you know any Icelandic nationals?
I do actually. the whistleblower, the whistleblower's wife, I know.
Ooh. And the plot thickens.
Ja. Maar wat ek weet is my naam is in daai dokument.
Why did you laugh when people were praying here for the elections? Why? Why, Maria?
No, it's just lost it.
Het jy nie respect nie?
No, it's not that.
Huh?
It's not that. It's because I think the person said it sarcastic.
Somebody said yesterday, apparently, when it comes to whistleblowers, at least Bill Clinton knew who was his whistleblower. You know, former President Bill Clinton of America.
Yeah. Oh, he's whistleblower. Yo, people got jokes, but hey. Excuse Monica. Lawinski nidi anene.
Yeah, yes.
Check iso. Sharks Tiofe Nanyemba. I'm picking this comment as specifically because a lot of people are replying to him. Can someone please tell Mr. Paulus Noah that he can only lie to his children and not to the whole nation at large? Here's where it gets interesting. Citizen Paulus Ileka Ambata. His number is 0811221666. Can someone please tell him, go tell him yourself. Oh, yeah. Apparently, Cubase will go to Canada. Nee, that's the film means what me can. I need to go somewhere where nobody knows me and I will never be asked about the scandal.
Imagine that comment, ne? Go tell your children, ne? Go lie to you. You know, it's so, when you say it in Afrikaans, man, moenie vir gaan lieg vir jou kinders.
Yeah, make them lieg.
And I understand where that comment is coming from because after he said they don't rely on video footage, what. Somebody on social media contradicted them in which that, like, remember that police officer at the
the bribery
case with the truck. That was, they relied on video evidence. Yes. So it's just funny, and that's what we're saying, the inconsistencies.
I personally, you know, with all due respect, guys, I think the Anti-Corruption Commission is toothless. They are very selective in which case they do concentrate on. Yeah. And I will put this on record. I'll put my name to this, and I will say, I think with this specific case, they had all the evidence. Yeah. They just selectively decided not to do this or not taking this as far as they can because of whatever hidden agendas there was. And I'm not accusing Mr. Noah personally of it. I'm talking about the unit.
But he's the head of it.
Yeah, the head of it. But the unit in itself, they very selectively decided not to take this thing further than what it is.
Well, my feeling is that it's not even about, they haven't done anything about it. My point is they haven't done anything about it. No. Like, you know, it's like, how do you get the documents at the same time? You get the documents in November, right? Now you say you've been seeking to verify. What are you? It's going to take you a year to verify something?
We looked at the documents for 2 days and
we knew.
Tell what the story is.
And my point is, if it's going to take you a year to verify documents, then what else are you taking your time with? And why do you exist? Because I think like a setup like ACC should be well equipped to do stuff like that.
Yes.
It can't take you this long. It just can't.
Franklin Lobster, julle maak my klaar. And Mutekurwa Mbanje Namakena. Maria, is that a tattoo on your left arm?
Yes.
No, it's special effects. Our producers are very good. Our graphics guy is tops, guys. Nande Juniors, Mutatio Castons, I will personally come get you so we go together just to confirm that you don't make a mistake. Okay, what did Mutatio say? Maybe I should try and Mutatio.
Or maybe at the voting, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe at the voting, I see. Okay. There is a bar called Dubai in Soweto.
Shiri!
Yeah, I haven't even been to that Dubai, guys.
No, I mean, you stay very close in Soweto.
Yeah, I stay in Vanaheta.
But he said he hasn't even been to
Soweto and Vanaheta. We need to go.
He said, then he can say he's been to Dubai.
Yeah, Dubai Lounge. But is that in Soweto or is that in
Waar is dit presies?
Daar achter die Semnyama Stadium.
Nee, maar hy is mos nie so wet tot hy nie.
Ja, dis is wat ek dink.
Is dit nie Golgotha
Oh,
hy nie?
guys,
Nee, no,
asseblief,
like
los hy
closer.
goed. Want ons moes nou 10 minute vir julle luister om
Nee,
te
ons is
besluit
van
wat
Karatura.
by is.
Maria,
Ja.
I know
JC van Karatura
Sy
nie.
ken net kleine koppe.
Ja.
Sy ken daai as jy kleine koppe en klein van dit nie. En
In
Avis.
baie plekke. Ken Bambulan. Come to Bambulan and tell me how to move.
Hey, Bambuland is just one street. Okanja is also just one street, so I'm not one to talk. Efrain Shilongo, ACC is useless. Do you know they have a report or get permission from Nampol Director General before they arrest? They even need permission from court before searching. That is the law.
Yeah.
If they could just run up in your house and start searching without a search
would have
warrant
a
from the
problem.
courts, then they would be targeting somebody for no reason, and then we would have another problem. So,
Cubase, can I maybe challenge the two of you as you sit here?
right.
Is there any case that you, Maria, or you, Cubase, can think about that the ACC successfully tackled
Katrina
of
Ansayamaro.
major proportions?
Katrina
Oh,
Ansayamaro.
okay. Okay, I'll give them that.
Yeah.
But
And-
there were probably a lot of pushback. I wouldn't say pushback, but there was a lot of motivation from probably outside factors that made it inevitable for them to.
No,
continue.
I'm not going to say they didn't take their time.
Yeah.
But but that was, I think, currently I think that's really their biggest success. Because of how small other cases are in comparison.
I'm trying to think of a case that was basically where they sort of broke the story. Where I was like, no, we're investigating this, and then it's like, wow, that's happening. We didn't know. So it kind of makes you wonder what it is that they are busy with on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Next, never.
Yeah, because even the Katrina Ansayamaro, we learned about it in the dailies before
Yeah.
she went to court. Same way even about this story. We've been reading about it
And they sit
in the
with them.
papers, and they're sitting with the documents the whole time.
I know which prosecution they will carry out successfully. the investigation and prosecution of.
Ek het daai gesien. With a gun. So there's a picture of a security guard sleeping on duty. From there's Paulus.
Can you zoom into this picture? Maybe people haven't seen.
I also want to see.
Yeah, but let me explain to the listeners. You guys forget we're on radio. So there's a picture of a security guard holding a gun with his head tilted back, and he's obviously passed out on a chair. And it was being circulated with a caption, Paulus no. So
Hey, you guys jealous toch stout man.
he's sleeping on duty.
Alright guys, our time for this morning is up. We have to chip.
And Maria, thank you very much once again for reminding us that there are also radio listeners.
Yeah, they forget so much. Like, in fact, most of our listeners are
On
on
radio.
radio, not on the live stream. So let's not
Exclude.
alienate them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
and
Maria, that is why you are here. You understand? We are here for other reasons.
Hulle wil gesien word.
As well as
No, I
No,
don't.
guys.
I don't want to be seen. Now I have to cut my hair and shave my beard. And
Maria, what are we going to talk about next week? Because
There'll be more rot. It's alright. There'll be more rot to talk about. Anyway, lovely weekend. You know the drill. Don't drink and drive. Condomize. Stay safe.
Big Skawash, Cabistro, amper sê ek Beirut, Dubai.
Beirut. Waar kom jy met Beirut?
Beirut. Dubai Lounge.
Oh,
Crazy.
man. These guys they're going to have to start to pay advertising costs on the show.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you guys for joining us today and throughout the course of the week. Of course, we're going to be back again on Monday. But the news doesn't stop here. You can always check, like I said, our big sister Informante News. They've always got the scoop for you. This Facebook page, the same one you came to come view the live stream. You can find all the tidbits of what is happening in and around Namibia or during the weekend.
So ons moet nou gaan.
Vamos.
So ons moet chip. Ons moet nog gaan.
You can
Okay.
chip.
Ah.
Stick around for Tate Hannes Kaufman. Our Herr Hannes Kaufman is joining you next on In the Mix.
4.0 Marianne.